A couple of months ago, I did a video on how Canadian millennials are broke and bankrupt, and it did well, so I figured you guys wanted to know more about millennial money. Well, I followed up and I decided I was going to do a video on millennials in my country where I live at, the US of A. And to be honest, it's a lot of good, it's a lot of bad, and it's a whole lot of ugly. And that's a theme I'm going to work with today's video, so stick around for that. Hi, my name is Adrian, and this is Always Talk Money. I like to talk money as it relates to everyday life. I don't have any investing tips or get rich quick schemes, just a candid conversation amongst friends. Let's get into the video. So where do you guys want me to start? With the good, with the bad, or the ugly? I think I'm going to start with the ugly, then give the good, then give the bad, and at the end of the video, I'm going to end on a silver lining. I want to have you guys feeling positive when you leave this video, right? And so stick around till the end of the video because I'm going to end it on a silver lining. But for the purpose of where we're going today, we're going to start with the ugly. Okay, so according to a 2019 Financial Health Consumer Pulse survey, 1 in 4 millennials are financially healthy. Now you might say, why is that under the ugly section, Adrian? Well, 1 in 4 is not 4 in 4. And in a perfect world, we want 4 in 4, or at least the majority, right? This is not a perfect world. Life is not a utopia, but 1 in 4 of us are financially healthy. But that means that 3 out of 4 are not. There lies in the ugly. Now, what do they mean by financially healthy? In this survey, they list financially healthy as being able to pay your bills on time, being able to save and invest, and just generally having a solid plan for retirement. So 1 in 4, 25% of us are doing that right now, okay? And the reason why I consider that ugly and not necessarily bad, because if you're walking down the street and you see 4 people, 4 millennials, 1 of them are financially healthy. And so if every 4th person that you see as a millennial is financially healthy, that kind of gives you some hope, right? So it's not all bad. That's why I call it ugly. And continuing with this same survey, they said about 54% of millennials are coping financially. And they define coping as you're not necessarily homeless, you're not destitute, you're not down and out in the gutters, right? But you do have some debt. Your finances might not be in tip-top shape, but you're managing, right? You're going ahead daily, yearly, monthly, and you're kind of just in the middle. Your situation could change in the next 6 months in a positive way, but also it could change in the next 6 months in a negative way. So that's kind of ugly. I don't think anyone would like to be stuck in the middle, which, let's face it, it's pretty hard to move up the socio-economic ladder, as they would say, and it's much easier to go down the socio-economic ladder. And that's how I kind of consider and look at personal finance and life in general. As you get older, you're supposed to get wiser, more financially stable, and in turn, that should move you up the socio-economic ladder. Of course, in this day and age, a lot of things, a lot of obstacles are in the way. We're gonna get into the good right now, but before I do that, if you haven't subscribed yet, please give a subscribe. I greatly appreciate it, and give a like on the video. And if you want to comment down below at the end of the video, let me know, are you in the good category, are you bad category, are you in the ugly category? Now for the good. According to CNBC, millennials more than doubled their collective net worths in the last couple of years. So from 2020 to 2022, we doubled our collective net worth. And I'm looking at the statistics right here. I was very surprised to see that number. We went collectively from 4.55 trillion in wealth to 9.38 trillion in wealth. So that's a very good thing. And they're saying that millennials have 35% of their wealth in real estate or their homes, which is very surprising because a lot of the rhetoric nowadays, it seems to be like millennials can't afford a homes, we can't start families, and so on and so forth. But 35% of our wealth is tied up in our homes. So shout out to those people, and may we all endeavor to be in that level. On average per person, our net worths as millennials went from 62K to 127K. And that's pretty good. To double your net worth in a few years is pretty good, if I do say so myself. And I think a lot of contributing factors to that is we are very educated as a group, as a cohort. Millennials are very educated. We go to school, especially our ladies. So shout out to the ladies. The ladies are very educated. The ladies are killing it in the job and the workforce and the entrepreneurial ventures that they are taking out. Also, what's contributing to our wealth, whether you like it or not, you can decide for yourself. Our birth rates, we aren't having children as early as previous generations, and also not as frequently as previous generations. Kids are expensive. We all know that, right? And so when you don't have children and you're highly educated, as most millennials are, then your finances and your income tend to be able to be increased a lot more sooner. You get to keep a lot of your money because you don't have the liabilities of children. And I know it sounds bad to say a child is a liability, but in the context of personal finance, young children are a liability. Just in terms of finance. Everything else, I'm all with the kids. I'm all with families. I encourage people to have families in a healthy and good way that doesn't put your finances in jeopardy. Now we're gonna get into some of the bad. And I can tell you firsthand without even looking at any research. I researched for this video, of course. Links in the description for the articles that I use. On the flip side of us being so highly educated, it means we have a lot of debt. And student loan is at the top of that list. Our student loan has ballooned to unprecedented levels. And I wasn't sure what to title this video, so I said American millennials are financially naive. And this is where it comes in the bad section of the video. When you go to college, you have to treat it like a business decision. And as much as we are educated and people are taking out, going to master's degrees and PhD programs, a lot of it is unnecessary. A lot of it is poor ROI, that's return on investment. And so when you have a degree that's not highly leverageable to a high paying income, you're just putting yourself behind the 8 ball. And a lot of millennials are doing it. That's naivete, right? That's naivety. You want to go to an out-of-state school because you don't want to be next to your parents. That's naivete because you're costing yourself so much more money and so much more future earning potential. You're hurting yourself. You want to go to college to get a 4 or 5 year degree in your field of choice that it's your passion. But guess what? Your passion may not pay the requisite amount of income that you need to survive out here in this world. The average student loan debt is $37,000 for federal loans and $55,000 for private loans. That is a lot of money, right? That is a huge amount of money. And also a part of the naivete is in the last few years, we've heard the government say they're going to forgive student loans and so on and so forth. Obviously, we already know student loans are not bankruptable. So you're either going to be forgiven by the federal government or you have to pay it off yourself. There's only 2 options. But the naivete comes in believing politicians. And this is not a political channel. I don't care which side of the aisle you are on. They both will sell you a dream. And so it's been years since this new administration that promised that they would forgive your student loans, and they haven't. And the naivete is one in believing that it would happen, and it may or may not happen. If it happens in the future and you're watching this video, come back, let me know in the comments. You can roast me, it's fine. And 2, not taking advantage of the moratoriums. There have been so many moratoriums where student loans are interest free, and a lot of people have not taken that advantage to pay off their student loans and just get it out of there. Get the proverbial monkey off your back. So that's a lot of naivete. You have to be proactive in your finances. You cannot depend on your mama, your grandma, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your job, your government, your congressman, your monkey, your lizard, whatever. You have to take control of your own finances. It's called personal finances. Person. You are that person, right? So that's the naivete. But as I said at the end of the video, I'll give a silver lining. The silver lining is, as millennials, we are the kids of the internet age. And what that means is we can leverage the power of the internet to make money fairly quickly. So whatever hole you are in, whether it's student loan debt, credit card debt, you have the power to change your situation in just a matter of moments. Use the power of the internet. That's our generation. Boomers had real estate. Boomers came about in a time where real estate was fairly cheap, and now 30, 40, 50 years later, all those properties that they were getting for $10 is now worth like a gazillion dollars. As a millennial, you're probably not gonna get an ROI in real estate just like that. I know in the earlier part of the video, I said that real estate is 35% of our wealth collectively, but you have to understand that everyone has a different blue ocean. And if you don't know what a blue ocean is, it's basically when you have first movers advantage. If you are the first person in a space or industry, you're probably going to make the most money before all of the people jump on the bandwagon or the hype, so to speak. Kind of like with fidget spinners or, crypto. With Bitcoin, there's a lot of advantages to being a first mover. And so boomers were first movers in terms of real estate. We can still make a profit off of real estate, but it's never going to be to the level that they did. But we have first movers advantage on the internet. We came of age on the internet. We have perfected the internet. So take advantage of that. The fact that we were able to collectively double our net worths in 2 years tells you what the power of the internet is. That's the silver lining. Leverage the power of the internet, leverage the power of social media. We are good at that. With that being said, guys, this is the end of the video. Appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. alwaystopmoney.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Go to store, buy the Invest In booklet. It's worth it. And until next time, I'll see you Mondays, Thursdays, new videos. Peace.